the situation in the law school. But you see, I think that the cause for the problem, all the problems, although some of the things he has said today, I'm also hearing them the first time today, especially those who are in there and trying to get out, rushing to get out, and they are not even finding their way to their exit properly because they are also not passing their exams and all of that. But I think that the basic all the problem is adequate facility to cater for the increasing number of people who want to get a law degree, get a law license to practice. That is the problem. That is the problem. So the training, the entire training of lawyers in Ghana is archaic. It's obsolete. They have to move away from it and do something more modern, something more progressive. They are not willing to do. And I look. The way I trained in US in a law school in US. The courses that are studied in the faculties in Ghana and the courses that are studied in Makola, that's where they train. They do the professional courses. For instance, I'll give you an example. You have to do criminal law. That is a substantive law. Criminal law at the faculty, and then you come and do criminal procedure. That's procedure. You do criminal procedure at Makola. For me, when I was studying law, I did the two courses in the same semester, not only in the same law school, but in the same semester. I did criminal procedure and criminal law the same semester. So what is stopping the waiting the courses at the Makola Ghana School of Law into the faculties? That is a problem, because the problem started from when they realized that more and more people want to get a license to practice, and then they don't have the facility to accommodate all of them, and so they begin to rush and they begin to say that, okay, we shall take this number, and this number should come from it was Legon and Just Tech. So they say, oh, we'll take this number from Tech, and then we'll take this number from Legon. That's how it started. And then private law schools, law faculties begin to mushroom. And then when they mushroom, more and more people are now obtaining the LLB, and they want to go to Makola to train. And so all of them, and so the entrance examination has to be more stringent. And if it has to be more stringent so that they can eliminate more people, because they cannot take care of the people. That is the problem. So once they get in there, I believe that once the problem began from there, that's where the other problems also, including the ones when you are already in the school, and then you're having problems to come out because the exams and all of that, then the independent examination body and all of these things. Look, there's a very simple way out. Restructure the training of lawyers in this country. Try to let the faculties teach all the courses. All the courses are being taught at the faculties right now, including the courses that are being taught at the Makola. Let the faculties teach all of this, even if it will mean that you have to increase the number of years by 1 or 2 at the faculties. You do that. Once people get their LLB from all the various, I have said that, then we should, once we do that, once they are teaching both the substantive courses and procedural courses, the ones that are being taught at Makola, they are teaching all of them in the faculties. We will cease to call them law faculties and call them law schools. So we have University of Ghana Law School, University of Kwame Nkrumah University of Technology, blah, 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 Law School, Cape Coast University Law School, King's College Law School. So we have law schools all over. And then when they turn out all the students who would have obtained their LLBs, then the General Legal Council will organize a bar exam for them. You organize a bar examination for them. So General Legal Council, all that they need is the facilities at the law school right now for their examinations. And then they will hire other facilities to accommodate the number of people that may be coming from all the faculties to write. So for me, my recommendation, they will only, General Legal Council will be organizing only 2 exams. The entrance exam of students to the law school, the law faculties, and the law schools in this case, will be the same for everybody. So they set a date, and anybody who wants to enter any of the law faculties in Ghana should write the exams organized by General Legal Council. When you qualify, you choose the law faculty that you want to go to, and then the other exams will be the bar exam. That is when you obtain your LLB. All students who obtain LLB will write the bar exams. And then when you pass, you get your license. They can give a number of times, the number of, how do you call it, specific number of times that anybody can write, so that when you fail 1, 2, 3 times, perhaps you may write up to 5 times. If you don't make it, then maybe you lose the opportunity of writing again. I believe that when we begin to take these radical steps in restructuring the training of lawyers, and it will require changing even the structure of the General Legal Council. So I know that our colleague and the honorable member of Parliament, Apiameko, is proposing some amendments to the Law Act 32, the Legal Profession Act. And I believe that some of these things have engaged his attention. And we have made various suggestions about this. Some of us wrote articles. This thing that I'm saying here right now, I wrote an article about it 12 years ago. 12 years ago, I proposed this same, because I think that the problem has been there for a very long time, and the problem is only getting worse, including what you is telling us now. You realize that there are so much happening that we didn't even know before. And it's all because the problem started from somewhere, and we didn't take steps because people have vested interest. Some of these conservatives, old people, they are just protecting their territory. They have to own the General Legal Council. They intimidate all of us. You see, you say something they don't like, and then the next moment they haul you to disciplinary committee, and then they intimidate you, they shout on you, and all of that. You know, so I don't know the kind of country we are in, and so we lawyers, we have become so timid. I find my colleague very brave, and the way he's talking about these things, I like it. Many of us are not able to do that. We are so timid. We are afraid that the next moment they will call us, they will haul us to the disciplinary committee, they may withdraw our license, they may suspend us, and all of that. And the people who are doing this to us are octogenarians, old people. They have done their work already, and you know, they are just enjoying some big fat money. So all of us must be ready to challenge the system, and we must be very bold to speak out, and then protect anybody who will speak out and will be victimized. All of us must be ready to support those people and push the idea that we have to revise the training of lawyers in this country. And once we revise the training of lawyers, and the General Legal Council does not see itself as the group that has to train lawyers and bring them out, but rather the law schools, and they only have to organize the exam. I'm sure they will loosen up a little bit on all these exams, the independent body, blah blah blah, examination board, and all of that. They will loosen up all of this, and then training of lawyers will be far easier. We need more lawyers in the country. I believe we do need more lawyers, but they are making it very difficult for people to come out, and it's very unfortunate. That's all I have on this subject.